Good. All right, we're going to move into a kind of another chapter of this show today, and I think it's going to be an interesting one. And then we're going to talk about the game changers right now, the moments of breaking wide open for your record companies, the big success moments. And we're going to start with A-Trak on a young label in years, but an important company now. And A-Trak, describe this game changer.
Sure. I think for us, for Fool's Gold, there were two really big releases that changed things for us. The first was Kid Sister Pronels featuring Kanye West. And I remember that was sort of just at the moment where everything fell into place for us. We started Fool's Gold in the spring of 2007, and that single Pronels came out in October. I remember it was right in time for CMJ. We made our first video, and Kanye jumped on the song. And at CMJ, at our showcase for CMJ in New York, we had, Kid Sister right when the video dropped and MTV was about to jump on it. We had just sort of we were championing the cool kids who had a huge amount of buzz. Kid Cudi, who was completely unknown at the time, opened up our showcase, and I think there was just a lot of attention in the industry at that moment of what are these kids coming up with right now? And then, Pronels got on, the video started playing on MTV, and that got a lot bigger, got on the radio. All of that was firsts for us. And meanwhile, Cudi, who was just our little opener that we had just found at the time, kept growing. And then, a few months later, we signed this single, Day and Night, which started off very small and grew into a monster for us. Grew into a song where both the original rap version and the dance remix by the Crookers, both versions had this huge life of their own, where the hip-hop version was, on the playlists of Hot 97 and a bunch of, rap stations on the radio. And the Crookers remix, we licensed the Ministry of Sound. It peaked at, I think, number 2 or number 3 on the charts in the UK, and then eventually be turned into a platinum single. And Cudi went on to sign to Universal for his album. But the Crookers remix for Kid Cudi, Day and Night, is the biggest single we've ever had, and that's the song I wanted to play as the game changer.
Was Kanye helpful at the time?
Yeah, he was helpful and he was supportive. I mean, I have my relationship with Kanye. I DJ'd for him for 4 years. But as far as him jumping on Pronels, I never asked him to do that. It's the type of thing where we'd be on tour and I'd play him with kind of, the music I was working on. And I produced Pronels, Kid Sister song, and he just liked it. Even before she laid her verses, I remember playing him the beat, and he liked the chords, he liked the sample in the chorus, and he just wanted to jump on it. And I think he was very early to catch on. As far as, comparatively to other guys in rap, Kanye was very early to catch on to this sort of new incarnation of club, up-tempo, electro-infused rap music. And he saw it as a new thing, and he jumped on it because he was excited about it.
This is as close as you're going to get to a Frankie Crocker-like show in the world, where you have A-Trak setting up his big hit with Kid Cudi. Pretty good.
Early successes and frustrations. Well, the Rapture, we had a strange and eventful and fortunate beginning where we released a single, and we have this sort of almost cliche story where out of nowhere this DFA #1, it was our catalog numbers at that time, they all started with 212 for New York City, so that was 2121, and it was so unassuming, and I mean it probably took me 6 months just to talk the band into letting us release that single. And like I was telling you before, selling it door to door, and then we couldn't even keep it. We were pressing 5,000 at a time, which is almost unheard of right now. And this is fortunately before there was even such a thing as an MP3 blog, so we were able to live in a nice bubble of people just buying vinyl for a while. And the Rapture were a huge early success for us and very important for DFA. But what quickly followed the Rapture, once we actually did a major label deal with them so they could continue to grow, and we did that with Universal Records. And at that point we decided to refocus and kind of refocus the label and concentrate more on other artists. And James Murphy started to spend a lot more time developing LCD Sound System, which has become one of the biggest dance indie alternative whatever you want to couch it, bands in the world, and amazing DJ as well, obviously. And his success, I think, has really propelled the label into being about one thing at the beginning and transcending us into a lot of different opportunities and just a very, very diverse career path. And he's opened it up, and he's recording his new record this summer in LA, and he wanted to have this very David Bowie-esque 70s all-white experience in Los Angeles, and we rented a mansion, and it was very decadent and strange. And this next track, I actually don't have any new LCD sound system to play anybody, but this was the new track we're putting out, and this came in, and it sounded so much like David Bowie of that era that I sent it to James, and his whole response was, please put this out immediately. Here we go. This is Mishoakin with In the Dark of the Night Cleaner.